What's going on, guys? My name is C3. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a good day. So a couple days ago I posted a picture on my story. It was how many of you guys wanted to see 3 false cuts and how many of you guys wanted to see a non-setup trick. So instead of doing 3 false cuts, I'm only going to do 2 so that way I can have more time to do the 3rd trick. So the card trick is going to be a no setup card trick. It was taught by Miss Mag a while back on this channel. I can't remember the exact name of the trick, so if you do know it or you do find it, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. So first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the false cuts. Shoot the B-roll. So the first cut that you saw was a triple swing false cut, and it was originally made by Juan Fernando. I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you. First things first is you're gonna hold the deck in Biddle's grip, except you're gonna leave your middle and ring finger on it. And then as well as the bottom part is just your thumb. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna swing cut, and as you swing cut, the meat of your thumb and your index finger is gonna come and you're gonna grab the top like that. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do another swing cut, and you're gonna go on top of the packet that you just picked up, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the bottom packet with your thumb and your ring finger just like that. So essentially what you're gonna be left with is this. After you picked up the bottom packet with your ring and thumb, what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the middle packet with, again, the meat of your thumb and your index finger. Then you're left with the top packet in your index and your thumb, and all you're gonna do is just you're gonna swivel with your left thumb right over, and then just place this last packet on top. So I'm gonna run through that one more time really slowly, okay? So you're gonna hold it in this position, swing cut, grab it with the meat of your thumb and index finger, swing cut again, grab the bottom packet with your ring finger and your thumb just like that, grab the middle packet with the meat of your thumb and index again, swing cut that, and boom. We'll go ahead and take a look at it full speed with a card flipped over on top so you get a grip of where everything's going. So simply that, and then that card returns back on top. So I'll go ahead and show it to you in this angle. So you're gonna hold it just like that, swing cut, grab it with the meat of your index and thumb, swing cut again. And this time you're gonna use this finger and your thumb to grab this bottom packet. In the middle, you're gonna do the same thing as you did the first time, grab it with the meat of your thumb and index. You're gonna swivel this packet on your index fingers, just like that. So here, I'll show you that one more time. So again, you're gonna use your thumb and your index to swivel. You're simply just gonna push it off to the side just like that. And then you complete the cut, and that's it. So with everything exposed, again, just do that, and the lens back on top. So that's sort of an easy way to do a false cut. That's not super complex like the simple cut. So for the next false cut, it was originally intended to be just a flourish, which was taught on Rise Magic's channel, and I'll go ahead and I'll link the video down in the description below. The beginning of the flourish starts with your index finger in the middle, your middle finger up at the top, and then your thumb right at the bottom, so it's sort of a diagonal line. And all you're doing is grabbing half the deck, you're applying pressure down with your index finger, and you're pulling up with your thumb and middle, so it dribbles, as you can see there. So you're gonna dribble about half of it away, and then the whole time your other hand is in straddle grip. So just like that, you're able to move freely without holding it with the thumb. And just practice this motion, because this is really important to be able to get this flourish down. So as you're dribbling, you stop halfway, you're gonna use this thumb right here to pivot the other deck over. So for example here, let's go ahead and start all over. Dribble, keep your thumb out. You're gonna go like that. And in the meantime, as you're switching this over, that straddle grip position, you're gonna be ready to push the deck away from your hand. And in the meantime, you're gonna use your index finger to go ahead and put it back underneath the bottom, and that's that. So again, dribble, pivot around, push the deck away from you, put it right there, and close the deck. That's it. Now what I added was after you do this, you're then gonna get your thumb right here and you're gonna get ready to hold a thumb break. Okay, so in the back the thumb break's there. All right, so just one more time. Do that, get ready, and then hold that thumb break in the back. And then all you're doing here is you're doing what you did in the first cut, which is doing a little swing cut. You're gonna swivel and then put the rest on top. 10 of hearts on top. You're gonna go ahead and dribble, stop right here, grab that thumb break, swing cut, swivel cut, complete the cut. And Shazam. All right, so if you're still with me, here comes the tutorial for the card trick. This is a very easy, no setup card trick. It requires very little sleight of hand, and you can put your own spin on this. So you can turn this into a mentalist trick, you can turn this into just a normal card trick, and you can even let the spectator pick all the cards in the trick. So now I'm gonna invite my buddy Nick over here. We'll show you the card trick, and then I'll show you how it's done. So for this trick, we're only gonna need 8 cards. So I'm just gonna pick out some cards at random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So these 8 cards are all we need, all right? All right, so we have 8 cards here. Go ahead and pick a card. All right, show the spectators at home. Go ahead and place it right in the middle of the deck. We'll leave that on top. Give it a quick shuffle, and then one more shuffle. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and split the deck in 4, so that way you see this one and this one. I'm gonna show you each card. Don't tell me if you see a card though, okay? And I want you to name each card. So what's that one?
10 of hearts.
Okay.
5 of hearts.
Okay.
Ace of spades. Okay. 2 of hearts.
Beautiful. Go ahead and place that right here. Keep it in sight so I don't mess with it.
Okay.
Go ahead and give this another quick shuffle. Now what's that?
2 of clubs.
Okay.
6 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds. And 8 of spades.
All right, so we'll leave that over here.
Okay.
Now, very quickly, just tell me, which deck was your card? Was it in the first one or the second one?
It was in the first one.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out that card.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it in here face up.
Okay.
It's done.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and take that, and just so there's nothing going on here, I'm gonna spread that. How many cards are there?
3.
And are any of these your cards?
They are not.
Spread that and see which card is face up. And you see, is that your card?
That is my card.
All right, so very quickly, I'll get into how that's done. So you're gonna have 8 cards here. 4 over here, 4 over here, it doesn't matter. All right, you can even let the spectators choose which cards that are gonna be in the trick. Then you're gonna have them pick a card. It doesn't matter which card they pick. So for instance, we're gonna leave the 6 of diamonds out for you. Now, while they take a look at your card, you're gonna go ahead and split this deck that you have here so that 4 is on top and 3 is on the bottom, because you want their card to be the 5th one down technically. So if that's a little confusing, just always think, while they're looking at their card, pull off 4 from the top, place their card right there, and sandwich it on top. Next thing you're gonna do is very crucial. This is what sets up the whole entire trick. You're gonna shuffle the cards. However, you're only gonna peel 1 at a time, and for the first shuffle, it's 3. So for instance, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, put the rest on top. And then you're gonna shuffle it again, except this time it's gonna be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, put the rest on top. Then you're gonna say you're gonna go ahead and split the deck into 2. So 4 over here, 4 over here. Now the first deck that you're gonna show is gonna be your left hand, the one that's on the left, okay? So you'll go ahead and you'll show them. I want you to name each card that you see, and don't tell me if you see your card. So for instance, this is the 2 of clubs. Now their card is always gonna be the second one. If you did the math correctly in the first round, their card is always gonna be the second one here. So now you're gonna say, okay, what's this one? And as you're doing this, you're bending this card slightly so you create a break, just like that. So you see how I'm holding it with my middle finger, you're just creating a little break, but they can't tell. So we'll do that again. So they'll say, okay, so this is a 2 of clubs, you bend that, bring that over. This is a 6 of diamonds, they know that's their card. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come over, and instead of just peeling off and that's it, you're actually gonna grab this card with your middle and your thumb. So you're coming back, you're grabbing it, and then you're peeling off that. So now their card is right here. And then they say, okay, that's the 8 of spades, and then the ace of spades. Then you tell them to go ahead and place that in their pocket. So now you're left with this. However, you still have 1 face up. Now to get rid of this, really, all you're doing is just gonna shuffle 3 times, and you're gonna do that peel method that was done in the beginning. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Their card is right here, but they don't know that, and you place that there. So now you're gonna do the same thing here. You're gonna tell them, okay, so name each card. So it's the 2 of hearts, peel that. It's the 3 of diamonds, peel that. Be very careful. It's the 5 of hearts. And instead of peeling it like this, because that's the next card, you're gonna go ahead and peel it from the bottom. So that way you don't have to show that last card. And then the Jack of Spades. Their card is here the whole time. So you say, okay, all that's done. And practically the trick is done. All you have to do is the execution. So again, you can turn this into a mentalist trick where you can try to figure out which deck is their card in, and then from there you can sort of work your way to the actual reveal. But that's pretty much it. So if you guys are still here at this point, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Until then, I'll see you next time. What else?
You gotta say bye.
If you have any questions as far as the flourishes go, the decks or the blast and the mots and the hand, the beginning, the beginning. If you're still sticking around here, here's the finger again. Why is that finger still here? A couple weeks ago, I'm getting a fresh load. Until then, I'll see.